Casey's got a long history in our industry as well, working with both institutional and high net worth clients, like the whole thing. I'm curious about your perspective about this, because it's so easy to sell certainty because you can feel like you're making immediate progress, right? Like, look, this mutual fund's great. Like, that's so immediate. Now we know you can't deliver, so you run into the problem 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, 18 months later. If you win by performance, what's going to happen? You're going to lose by performance. So somehow because it's a challenge. Nobody walks into your office saying, hey, help me clarify my goals, work slowly with me to help me narrow in my potential range of outcomes. Like, have any of you ever had those words said to you? No, right? So how have you handled that, Casey?
So it's so funny. I'm literally learning so much more in the last year, and especially after going through the fellowship with you. And I'll share this because this happened 3 minutes ago as I was talking and listening to this. A client just agreed to work with me. And I know that it was because of the way I listened differently and interacted differently based on the training that I just gotten. And we worked in the ultra high net worth space, and we kind of told the client what they should be doing. It was a little bit of a consultative process, but it was more us telling them, and it's, we'll do the plan. We're not going to look at it for another 3 years or something, or major life change or whatever else. But now understanding that it's really a part of the process, and it's not investments driven. It's actually the process of, as life is happening, and we know that that happens daily. None of us could have predicted the pandemic, but now how do we have these constant enough conversations to be both relevant to our clients and know that our client, that we truly care about our clients. So I think those are some of the things that I'm taking away more, especially in the last few months of growing more into the type of practice that I want to create for my clients. And it really is about that process. And Chuck was the one who shared the fellowship with me. It's no longer about getting something done immediately. It's now, how do we create a long-term plan to follow through with what you're trying to accomplish?
The model that I've found somewhat effective, or the metaphor when talking to either a prospect or even a client, is a tennis lesson. And I'll say, look, you're on one side of the net, I'm on the other. I've got a basket with 200 tennis balls, which means all of the stuff I do in my financial planning and investment advising practice. I am not coming over the fence, over the net, and dumping the whole basket on your head. Right. I will feed you a ball every once in a while, let you swing at it, talk about it, and then I'll feed you another ball. And it becomes a process of feeding you balls over years. That seems to kind of give them a sense of what my practice will feel like.
Dave, the tennis analogy is awesome. And I think they're both pointing to this idea that largely we have to pull righteous tricks on people, right? Like, and righteous tricks, I mean, that's named correctly. It's not a bait and switch. It's a righteous trick in service of them. We have to sort of figure out how to meter. I also like think of it as a detox process, right? You can kill people if you make them go cold turkey. Some people go best if they go cold turkey. That's sort of your job, is to figure out, how do I detox them from what they think they were going to get from us? Because we know if we deliver them what they think they want, based on the training they've had by our industry and the financial pornography network, we know that's not what they need.